And breaking news coming in right now, a magnitude 7.1 earthquake has struck Japan's southern Kyushu island. The epicenter appears to be 20 kilometers south of Kumamoto city. There are initial reports of injuries to at least 50 people, along with damage to roads and people without power. Japan's Prime Minister Takaichi had this to say.
The
Cabinet Office has sent their research team to the affected area. We are currently assessing the damage and the number of casualties. But there have been reports on injuries as well as power cuts, damaged roads, bridges, and buildings. I ask that everyone take measures to protect themselves.
I
have instructed the relevant ministries to assess the damage, to work closely with local government under the policy of putting human life first, to wholeheartedly work on the disaster emergency response, and to provide information to the people regarding tsunamis and also evacuation.
Let's get more now from journalist Martin Fritz, who's joining me now from Tokyo. Martin, this is, of course, a breaking news situation. But at this stage, what do we know about the casualties and damage from this earthquake?
Well, Ms. Takaichi just said that it's about 50 people so far who have been registered as injured. But I don't think this is a very good number. There are reports that many people died in an explosion or after an explosion in a shopping mall. So we have to take that into account. But compared to the last earthquake in Kumamoto about 10 years ago, this quake result looks not so bad. Last time in 2016, almost 300 people died and almost 3,000 people were injured and thousands of buildings were damaged. But this time, the epicenter is a little bit further south of Kumamoto, which is a middle large city. So maybe that is a reason why the casualties are not as high as 10 years ago.
I mean, these are just initial hours after this news has broken. We just need to see how this develops. But then you mentioned that shopping mall, and we are showing images of that shopping mall to our viewers. This is the Aeon shopping mall in Kumamoto city, where a lot of attention is focused on at the moment. There are also reports of people being trapped. Is that correct, Martin?
Yes, the fire agency has reported that there are people inside. But the problem here is, to understand it correctly, people are only declared dead in Japan after they have been delivered to a hospital, or their bodies have been delivered to a hospital where a doctor declares them dead. So if people are trapped there, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily alive. Because Aeon explained already that all the people were evacuated from this shopping mall, and then an explosion occurred, and they don't have a reason why this happened. And the second floor of this building, so in Japanese counting, it's the second floor, but in European counting, it's the first floor, collapsed. As you can see from the pictures here, it looks like a building in Kiev after a Russian rocket attack. So there must have been a very powerful explosion which destroyed this shopping mall. So there are some contradictions in these reports.
Are there any updates on the rescue efforts around the shopping mall?
Well, as you can see, the only pictures which are available are shot from a helicopter or from a drone, because the police and the fire agency have cordoned off the area from a very far area. So it's very difficult to get information directly on the ground. There are no journalists there, as you can see.
We're talking about Kumamoto city. Can you give us some reference as to how big this city is, and how important, if you know, is this shopping mall within the life of that city?
Well, Aeon is the largest shopping mall and retailer in Japan. So these shopping centers are pretty big, but Kumamoto is not such a big city. It's not comparable to Tokyo or Osaka or the other big metropolitan areas. It's in a small bay of Kyushu, the southernmost main island. It's well known for a castle which was destroyed 10 years ago by the earthquake, and now we have already seen some pictures that the walls of the castle were destroyed again. It's a very beautiful surroundings, very clean water from underground springs, and that is the reason why there are so many semiconductor factories in this area. They need a lot of clean water, and so the factory for the image sensors of Sony are very close to Kumamoto in the east of Kumamoto, and also TSMC has built its Japanese factories also close to Kumamoto. We haven't heard any information whether these factories were also damaged in this quake.
There was an initial tsunami warning issued as well. What is the latest on that?
Well, the tsunami warning was cancelled after about 1.5 hours. It's not that dangerous because there are lots of small islands offshore, which would break a big tsunami. But it was feared to be 1 meter high, but the alert was cancelled.
Is there any warning or any danger of aftershocks? Have any aftershocks hit the area already?
Yeah, most Japanese know this. If there's a big earthquake, there's the danger of big aftershocks for about a week. So there could be even a bigger earthquake happening in this period. And there were also some big aftershocks already. So people gather in the streets, and about 350,000 people were called to go to evacuation centers and don't stay at home or in any other buildings.
About those evacuation centers and, of course, the whole history of earthquakes with Japan. Japan is an earthquake-prone country. It experiences, I think more than 1,000 earthquakes a year. Correct me if I'm wrong, Martin, in varying intensities. Is it safe to say that the country is well prepared to deal with such kinds of casualties, and therefore rescue efforts, well-planned rescue efforts, are potentially already underway?
I think so. I've been living here for the last 20 years, and I'm very much convinced that no other country is as much prepared for earthquakes like Japan. There are these evacuation centers everywhere. So it's basically school buildings which are particularly earthquake safe. And the main problem is fires from old buildings, which gas stoves. There were some fires, but they have been put out. The low number of casualties, despite some collapsed houses, shows you that Japan's preparation for earthquakes is really could not be much better, I think.
We'll leave it there for the moment. Journalist Martin Fritz speaking to us from Tokyo on this breaking news situation. Thanks so much for your time, Martin.
Thank you very much.